This week, we're using our wisdom and experience to guide a couple of investors through the property jungle in one of the country's hotspots, East London.
I want you to go and have a look around and make sure you're registering exactly what you're turning down.
This week, we're chasing the Olympic dream.
We're helping two best mates find a profitable pad in London's trendy East End.
They're after a property investment which will turn their precious coppers into solid gold.
Rosie Everett and Laura Coveney have been friends since childhood and are renting a flat together in Hackney, East London.
Both 25, they're really enjoying their London life, but have to live on a very tight budget as they're both just starting out on their careers. Laura in PR and Rosie in advertising.
Weekends are often spent hunting for clothes at charity shops.
I really like bargains. I'm just one of those people that's a bargain shopper. I go to the sale rail straight away.
Because we normally save skin and we can't afford to go to normal shops.
Yeah.
Now the girls want a bargain property. That's where we come in.
Rosie recently inherited a small windfall, but instead of blowing it on a holiday or new clothes,
She and Laura very sensibly intend to use it as a building block to buy a property in East London.
I think we've always wanted to live together. It's kind of like a thing, you know, we'll get a flat together, buy a flat together. And then about 3 or 4 months ago, we kind of just mentioned it to each other.
Yeah, it was like something in passing. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, should we buy a house?
house.
Yeah, okay then.
Pooling their resources is the only way the girls can get onto the property ladder and make the most of their money.
but even with Rosie's inheritance, a loan from Laura's parents and a mortgage, their maximum budget of 220 grand won't go far in the capital.
It's still only just enough. It's really kind of hit us that what we thought was quite a good budget actually really doesn't get you that far.
It's all about making their money work for them, and we reckon East London's the best bet, as they're familiar with the area and it's undergoing a huge facelift thanks to the 2012 Olympics in nearby Stratford. The eyes of the world are going to be on this very spot. Between now and then, the billions of pounds that are going to be invested into East London are going to transform the entire area.
And the developers are moving in fast. House prices have already risen by up to 15% in just 4 months. So Rosie and Laura need to get their skates on or be left at the starting block. We need to make sure they spend their money wisely.
What were you up to at 25, Phil?
I was a student. I did my surveying degree.
I'd been in my first flat 4 years by the time I was 25. But nowadays, that's like saying you got married when you're 21. It's so rare.
Oh, God for you. What, these two?
Hi.
Obviously at home and expecting us.
Yeah.
You better tell us what it is we're looking for. You've been out and seen quite a few already.
We have. I've seen about 20, I reckon. And we're basically looking for, I would love a house, I know that's really pushing it. 2 double bedrooms if possible.
Yeah.
That's a must, actually.
Yeah, no, it is a must, yeah.
'Cause this flat we're renting, unfurnished, so we have all the furniture in it, so we both have a double bed.
Yeah.
I don't think one of us would want a single.
No,
That's
no.
one thing.
It is so the way to do it, friends teaming up, at a young age as well, because you can get on the ladder early, you can get it on the ladder in a place that you're very unlikely to be able to afford on your own. So it is absolutely top-class stuff.
Everyone keeps saying as well that, you know, what if one of you gets a boyfriend, or, you know, one of you wants to move out, or
What have
sell
you?
up
I mean, what have
or
you
anything.
decided about that?
Well, we haven't actually, we've discussed it, haven't we?
It's a good idea to set out a contract and address issues like boyfriend, one of you wanting to sell up, perhaps one of you being given a job abroad and wanting to rent the room, and who would you rent your room to, and would one of you be forced to live with a stranger?
I can honestly say all the things that have been said to us, I really honestly think we would never, ever, ever argue about them.
Everybody thinks that. Everyone who gets married thinks they'll never get divorced.
That's true.
Nobody walks down the aisle thinking, I'm going to be divorced.
Ever the optimist, eh, Kirst?
Well, Cloud Cuckoo Land can be a lonely place, Phil. With a budget of £220,000, the girls would love a house, although a flat is more likely.
Either way, it must have 2 double bedrooms and be light and spacious.
Here we are, madam.
They got their head screwed on.
Yeah, they have. A bit naive, but definitely the right approach.
I think that wish list for 220 is going to remain that, a wish list.
Second double bedroom's going to be always a hard one.
I know. But you'll sort them out, Phil, and
I will.
something tells me you'll enjoy doing it.
I'll take a firm hand with these two.
Our search is centred around the borough of Hackney, between the City of London and the Olympic site.
Now, most of the games will be in the new stadium and around the Olympic Village being built near Stratford.
The trick is to be close to this area to benefit from the massive redevelopment of roads and public transport, but not too close. There is going to be some serious building work going on.
The girls like living in their bit of Hackney, so our first port of call is a flat undergoing conversion nearby.
It's in Clapton, an area that's ideally situated to benefit from the Olympic effect.
It's on a busy road, but the plus side is that it's on several bus routes into the city and West End, and there's a park right opposite.
The flat has a good-sized sitting room and separate kitchen, bathroom and 2 bedrooms.
It's on the market for $220,000, which is at the top end of their budget, but a deal could probably be struck if the girls like it.
This is a property which is halfway through being developed, and I think it's very attractive.
I think we're also in a spot that's going to benefit hugely from the Olympics. The girls could put their own individual stamp on an unfinished flat like this, but will the layout be right for them? Come through here to the kitchen, which for a relatively small flat is a very generous kitchen.
Really good size. It's fine, isn't it?
First impressions?
Yeah, it's
I really like
so
it.
much
It's really
better.
light and airy, which I like, and it feels spacious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So far, so good.
But will the girls be happy about the different sized bedrooms? And this is where the arguments begin.
Okay, so
This
is
is
the
really
smaller
small.
one.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have 2 bedrooms that both fit in,
Yeah.
a double bed and a wardrobe.
Does this room cancel out the flat?
Yes, for me it does.
I think it does. I'm afraid. I just can't see a double bed and a wardrobe fitting in here with it.
It's fine.
Fine.
I've let Phil go ahead and show the girls the next flat. I get the feeling I need to widen the search a bit.
Well, this next flat scores well on the bedroom front. But first things first, the location.
We're in Bethnal Green, closer to central London. It offers a more secure investment as the whole area has become incredibly fashionable and sought after in the last few years.
It's staggering distance from the bars and restaurants of Brick Lane, and it has great tube and bus links. Plus, look at those city views.
Mind you, it is on a large estate, and for many house hunters this would be a no-no, but much of this is privately owned and would be a cracking investment.
I fully appreciate it's not what you had in mind. Outside, but inside as well worth a look.
Okay.
Okay.
Buying ex-local authority flats can be a good option for people on a tight budget. Being purpose-built, they offer excellent, well-proportioned rooms and value for money.
This maisonette is immaculately presented, if a bit on the colourful side, and very spacious, with kitchen, sitting room, bathroom and 2 good-sized double bedrooms.
On the market for $205,000, it's well under their budget. Head through into the kitchen, and you'll see that it's very cool and trendy.
Yeah,
You
so
look
far so
absolutely terrified.
No, never mind it.
You sure? Can you give it an open mind or not?
I have to be honest, it's difficult coming into what we've just come into. I mean, it is nice,
flat
but it
looks really
doesn't
nice
take away
walking
from
into
the
the flat.
fact that that's where it is.
I wonder, is it even worth showing them upstairs?
Perfectly nice bedroom, but I don't want it to be my bedroom. Basically.
I can see what's going on, and I do have the greatest sympathy. If this was considered a scuzzy and nasty and cheap place to live, it wouldn't be on the market at $205,000.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, these fly off the shelves. People are wanting to live here.
It's a big location thing, isn't it?
We're trying to fit a triangle, a jigsaw, between space, location and budget. And we've just got to find the right fit to suit you guys. We've got to find you the right place to start with. We're stood in the wrong one, aren't we?
I think so, yes.
Fine. I can handle it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sadly, although this would make a good investment for the girls, they obviously don't feel happy about living on a large estate, however attractive the financial return.
There is now no doubt that security is paramount, but living in an ex-local authority flat would be a great investment for the girls. And I think I've got a fantastic property that Rosie and Laura will love.
It's in Stoke Newington, a bit further away from the Olympic zone, but will still make a great investment.
And nearby Dalston is due to benefit from the East London Tube and Rail link by 2010.
Now, we're not looking at one of these Victorian cottages.
Okay.
We're looking at a ground floor flat over there.
Okay.
Well done, Kirstie. This flat's a perfect first-time buy and a totally different proposition from the Bethnal Green property. Most of these are privately owned.
Right.
The building is ex-local authority and it's no beauty, but it's situated on one of Stoke Newington's prime streets, and it's better to be the worst house on the best street than the best house on the worst street.
It's a stone's throw from trendy Church Street, and for comparison, a 3-bed house on this road recently sold for 430 grand.
The flat is really spacious with a large sitting room, eat-in kitchen and 2 great double bedrooms and bathroom.
All this for 210,000, 10 under budget, but will they go for it?
It feels so different being outside.
It does feel
It does.
really different.
What you guys need to be thinking about is the attractions of living where this flat is versus some of the drawbacks about being in an ex-local authority building that you don't like the architecture.
There's something about walking into that initial area with the concrete staircase
Yeah,
that's
it's a
just
bit
it's a
chilly.
little bit depressing.
The kitchen will win them over.
When I came in here, I thought, this is like, we're in a new build
This is
house.
lovely.
Yes.
Really nice size.
I think the problem is that the kitchen is probably less important than having 2 bedrooms that we love, and I don't love those bedrooms. I think what's going on here is that you still have your heads in rental mode. I see that you probably don't want this flat.
No.
No, wait,
you're
let me
jumping the
wait.
gun.
No, I know, I'm not jumping the gun. 11 seconds, Phil. But I want you to go and have a look around and make sure you're registering exactly what you're turning down in terms of space, layout and location.
You tell them, Kirstie. They're being blind to the obvious. This is a fantastic opportunity, and it won't be bettered in terms of location or investment.
This is nice. There's just something that doesn't make me go, yes, I love it. Or, you know, it's exactly what we're looking for.
That's the thing that's a bit odd because it is kind of exactly what we're looking
Yeah. They're still in teenage mode. They just want a nice pad with big bedrooms.
Well, the reality is 220 doesn't get them that here.
No, it doesn't get them that virtually anywhere. As much as I want a bargain, I don't think I can move into next local, Laura. I don't know why.
for. We've got a prejudice, I think. But I think it's a consideration because at the end of the day, this is what we're doing it for, an investment to get on the property ladder.
Just quick, how much is it on for?
It's on the market at 210,000.
Okay.
Thought-provoking?
It is really thought-provoking because at the end of the day, it is an investment.
Maybe a change of heart. Maybe we'll be back after all.
So we've got to come up with something pretty quick because it's getting harder to find anything decent with their budget of £220,000.
Well, beauty is skin deep. But since they were put off by the outside of the ex-local authority Stoke Newington flat, we need to show them a flat on a privately built estate of similar proportions and budget.
If we show them a like for like, then they can make a proper comparison.
And we're up on the top level.
This flat is back in the Olympic property hotspot of Clapton and overlooks Hackney Downs. It has a sitting room, kitchen, 2 good bedrooms, a bathroom, and is priced at £210,000.
It's within a private estate and is a 5-minute stroll to the nearest bus stop.
It, to me, feels a little overpriced. The fact that it's on at the same figure as the flat in Stoke Newington, it just makes me think,
It's not as big in terms of square footage as the Stoke Newington flat. So that's in a better area, it's a better layout, it's a bigger flat, but it's ex-local. Here we are, we've got away from the ex-local. I know it was something you were mildly concerned about, but we got a smaller flat at the same price in a weaker area.
Yeah.
it's funny because that is true, but I get a nicer feeling from this flat. Go and have a look at the bedrooms.
Okay. I do like the living space.
It's a lovely flat, but I'm not sure it's the best location for these two.
This view is absolutely
The view
stunning.
is lovely. It's nice to look at. Would you want to walk in it?
It wouldn't worry me, but I'm not.
You're quite a large bloke.
Thanks.
Anyone who decides to muck with you has got to have their wits about them, Phil.
True, very true indeed.
Because it's high up, it is really light, which I like.
Laura's also picked up on my concern about the park.
Maybe this is like a bit of a ridiculous concern, would be when we do finish late at night walking along that park for safety issues.
I think it's a valid point.
So the location here probably counts this one out. We're not getting very far with these two.
Rosie and Laura have seen 4 flats so far. Sadly, none has really come up to their expectations. So we're going to have to up the budget a little and go for wow factor.
So So we're going for broke with this stunning period conversion flat in Clapton, which might just do the trick.
It's been done up to the highest standards and has a huge sitting room, 2 good-sized bedrooms, study, modern kitchen and bathroom.
It's on at 235,000, well over their budget, but we might be able to do a deal.
It's massive.
Really nice.
That's a better reaction, girls.
I can actually kind of see us here. It feels like a house.
Like a really big step on from where we are.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
This is bedroom 1. Currently, the vendor uses this solely as a bedroom and then the other room as a dressing room, but it is a double room, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's
Really good
large,
size,
isn't it?
yeah.
Is there a wow factor for you with this flat?
To me, there is. It just feels so spacious. Like we wouldn't be on top of each other. You know, it feels like a home.
I agree, totally, yeah.
Okay.
So, bedrooms all right?
Really good. Both really
Great.
good sizes.
Yeah.
Airy, spacey. Nice.
Kitchen follows the same theme. Very contemporary, very slick.
It is.
I think it's fair to say that there is quite a lot of value tied up in the finish of this flat. Someone spent a lot of money on it, and they're wanting some of that as profit. But we are in E5, which of all the postcodes, this is the one that is predicted to benefit most from the Olympics.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's definitely my favourite.
It would be your favourite because it's the most expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's their favourite now, but will this flat go the distance?
It's way over their budget, so I hope they think long and hard overnight and don't let their hearts rule their heads. Next day, not surprisingly, Rosie and Laura tell us they want to return to the smart conversion flat. But much to our surprise, they also say they want to have a look around Stoke Newington, so we meet them there.
That's a turnaround. They've realised the error of their ways.
They've obviously seen sense. At 210 grand, this flat's easily affordable.
I'm not sure we made enough fuss of this kitchen when we came the first time. It's really big. It's totally done for you. Gas cooker, space for washing machine, space for a decent sized fridge. There's a lot of storage and it's hugely light.
Yeah. I definitely don't feel as opposed to it the second time round.
I actually like the flat better this time than the first time we saw it.
Is that because you've enjoyed the environment on the walk, or you've seen some worse things over the last few days?
Bit of both, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no doubt in my mind this is the more practical option. If you ever did go separate ways and decide to keep hold of it as a rental investment, this would rent every day of the week, every year. Tenants aren't worried about the aesthetics of a building. They want a flat that's easy to live in.
Yeah.
They appear much more inclined towards this flat today, but will it triumph over the stylish Hackney conversion?
What's going through your minds as we come back here? What are you here to learn?
Well, as we came in the door, we said, should we run away now? Because it's all a bit too
really
difficult.
We just wanted to do a run.
Yeah, basically.
Obviously, you know, the flat is lovely when you walk into it. It has a nice feeling. It has that feeling of space.
I think from seeing the other one though again, has almost taken something away from this.
Yes,
flat.
definitely, because
It doesn't feel so unbalanced anymore. It feels more on a par. We would probably, in an ideal world, actually like to do something to the house that we move into. And here, it's almost done to someone else's taste so much that really if we moved in, it'd almost be like moving into someone else's house.
There may well be an argument also that this flat is slightly overdeveloped for its area. It's on at 235, so even if you could get it for 220, it would still be a top-ish flat. And all the talk of this area going up is not based on flats which are already at the top of their area. Is it better to buy the worst in the best street or the best in the worst street?
Yeah.
And that is an ongoing property argument. And this is definitely the best in the worst street.
This is a really tough decision for Rosie and Laura, and they look so tense. It's hard to compare two totally different properties.
It's a bit of a couple's flat, isn't it?
I feel like I'm going against everything that I actually think because I would never really, you know, aspire to buy next local. And I didn't particularly want him in Stoke Newington.
We meet up again after they've had chance to reach a conclusion.
You two look absolutely dumbstruck.
We might look like that, but we have made quite a definite final decision?
Quite a definite.
Well,
final.
a very.
Very. This is authoritative
That
job.
was very.
We had a discussion after going into the period conversion, and although it's a really, really lovely flat and we do love it, it's not for us.
It's the right decision. It was a decision that we hoped that you would make. Stoke Newington, it's a very safe investment. You will make money on that flat, no two ways about it. So what would you like to pay for it? It's on the market at 210,000. Kirstie and I think that 205, 206 is probably the eventual purchase price.
Right.
So it's a question of whether you want to chance our arm a little beneath that, or we go in at 205 and try and tie it up quickly.
My immediate reaction would be to chance it.
Fine. You're making good decisions all round, girls. That would be my reaction. 203.
203.
Yeah.
Just chance
Okay.
it.
Why not?
Go in at 203 and see if you can get it accepted.
Hello, can I speak with Kate, please? I'm pleased to say the girls do want to make an offer on your property. They are prepared to pay 203,000 for the flat. Sharp intake of breath from the other end. Yes, I did hear that. Excellent, thank you very much. Cheers, bye. There was a sharp intake of breath.
I can hear it.
He's looking for more money. But, you know, that's the game, and we'll play it.
Our strategy may work. The girls might just get a great deal here.
Hello, Phil Spencer. Hi, Kate. Hi. Well, I'm with the girls right now, so why don't I just ask them and we'll try and settle this up. He's looking for 205 and he would give exclusivity were you to stretch another 2,000. Do you think you could?
Okay, fine. Okay.
Probably that's the bottom line.
Okay.
205, Kate, we have a deal. Offers on the table, properties off the market. Excellent, good news all round. Congratulations, you two.
It feels right.
Does it?
All right.
It feels so calm about it. I know.
And a few months later, Laura and Rosie finally moved in.
We're really happy we chose this flat in the end, because although we were sort of deliberating between this one and the other Victorian flat, but this is just a totally different lifestyle.
To me, it feels absolutely perfect.
So, right decision, right flat. We just love it when a plan comes together.